make us?
Big damn heroes, sir.
Ain't we just?
As Bertrand Russell once said, the only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. I think we can all appreciate the relevance of that now.
What's that on the back of a beer mat?
Yeah, it was Guinness Extra Cold.
I won't say anything.
Thanks.
Black Dynamite, I want to be just like you.
Don't you ever say that, you dig? Don't you ever say you want to be like me? Now you could be a doctor or a lawyer or the president of the United States, but did you ever say you want to be like Black Dynamite? Now can you dig it?
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM, a film and TV radio show where a handful of film enthusiasts shoot the breeze about all things film and television. I am Marcus Iacco, and things are going crazy as they normally do on the show because the next one just started playing. Yes, you want to hit stop on the music. Thank you. You did. No, you did not hit stop on the music. Here's how I know you didn't hit stop on the music, because I heard the music play in my headphones.
I understand, but I selected it for not play, so it shouldn't have done that. So my apologies.
My name is Marcus Iacco, and a film that I want to see that's coming out in 2018 is Black Klansman.
Hello, my name is David Campbell, and a film that I want to see coming out this year, just entertain the child in me, is... Yes.
Go on, is what? So you said the film that you're looking forward to coming out this year is what?
Yeah, and it just went straight out of my head, you know what I mean?
Wait, so you have...
It's number two.
It's number two.
And it's cartoon.
I don't know. What's the cartoon that you're looking forward to seeing?
The Incredibles, number two.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
it just went straight out of my head.
You said the second cartoon. It's the number two cartoon. Yeah. I don't know what you were talking about. Tons of movies. We're halfway through 2018. Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Excellent. Well, in the studio with us, it's not just myself. You notice Laura is not in the studio with us, but Laura's listening. Hi, Laura. You can tell us what movie you want to watch. Tweet us and whatnot. We're on Shoot the Breeze at Resonance 104.4 FM on Facebook, and we're currently live streaming. And all the noise that you're hearing in the background is our guests who have strolled into the studio. We have 3 guests today. 2 are repeat guests. We've been looking forward to having them come over, and 1 is a new guest. And we'll start with that new guest. He's to my left. I'm going to ask him to tell us his name and a movie that he's looking forward to seeing in 2018.
Hi. My name's Alex Watson. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Top Gun movie, which Tom Cruise has just announced on Instagram.
Yes, saw pictures of that. How many years? Like at least 20 years, right?
Oh God, yeah.
It's
too long.
So you're looking forward to seeing Top Gun 2?
I am, really excited to see it.
Excellent.
And
to Alex's left, we also have a return guest. Please tell us your name and what movie you're looking forward to seeing in 2018.
Hi, I'm Shafina Patel. Thanks, Marcus, for having us back on here.
Not a problem.
Okay, so a movie, I actually just saw it.
Oh no! You can't. Okay.
No.
The rules. the rules were you tell us a movie that you haven't seen that is coming out in 2018.
Oh, I missed that bit. We were
see.
strolling in.
So you've already So you've already seen this movie. What movie is it?
I saw Deadpool 2.
Okay, I'm seeing that tomorrow. So I could put that on the list, but because I'm seeing it tomorrow, I didn't count it because that was the rule.
Okay.
The rule was what movie have you not seen?
Well, I've not seen the Tom Cruise one.
Are you looking forward to seeing the Tom Cruise one?
Yeah, of course I like Tom Cruise.
Okay, fair enough.
Just saying.
I'll let you have Deadpool and Top Gun 2. And to Shafina's left, please tell us your name and which movie you're looking forward to seeing in 2018 that you haven't already seen.
Very good. Hi, Marcus. Thank you for having me back. My name's Winston Ellis, and the movie that I'm looking forward to seeing is Equalizer 2.
Oh, yes. That's Denzel's coming back to reprise the role. Is that F. Gary Gray or is no? That's the other one, Anton Fuqua, right?
Anton Fuqua.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm really excited about seeing that because I think. I used to watch the old Equalizer TV series with Edward Woodward, and I loved it. And then when they told me that when I found out that Denzel was recreating his character,
Yep.
I was very jealous, to be honest. Cause
you wanted to be Equalizer?
Me. Okay. But Denzel does a great job. I love what he's doing with his character, and I'm really excited to see the number 2 installment.
That's good. And that's the thing. We're only halfway through 2018. We've already had a good batch of movies that have come out, and then now the second half of the year, another set of new batch movies. Everything that's has been mentioned today, I want to go see. Top Gun 2. Not too fussed about that. I will watch it. I mean, it's a great movie, and it's the nostalgia factor. Incredibles 2 definitely, Equalizer 2 definitely,
right.
And as I mentioned, for me it'll be Black Klansman, which did well at Cannes, didn't it, this year?
Black Klansman did really, really well. I say that the turnout was incredible. It was my first time being at Cannes. But the actual turnout and to see the diversity was just incredible.
Excellent.
And you see all those cast members walking up there, and I was like, wow.
Excellent.
We're here now. We're here now.
That's good. You're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus E. Acko. Laura's not in the studio, but
David Campbell is.
David Campbell's in the studio, not David Sampson. I'm not going to make that mistake today. And with us in the studio, if you've just joined us, we've got Alex Watts, Shafina Patel, and Winston Ellis coming in to join us, talk to us about their exploits in Cannes. We'll talk all about that. This entire show is going to be basically them doing a lot of talking and me interrupting them, asking them questions and whatnot. We'll talk a little bit about some movies that we like and we're looking forward to, some TV shows as well, and so on and so forth. We'll do all of that stuff today. And at the end of the show, or just towards the end of the show, they're going to give us their top 5 favorite things that happened to them in Cannes. So each of them are going to go, we're not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
That's going to be so good.
David's not going to say anything. Just our 3 guests is going to tell us the 5 things, their 5 favorite things that happened to them in Cannes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so before we do that, let's go into the film and TV news, and we'll turn to our guests. Right, so you're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. We've got Facebook Live going over there. I believe we have Instagram going over there, and another Facebook and Twitter going over there, and whatnot.
If you see it up there,
if you want to listen to the show, you can go on Resonance 104.4 FM. You can just go to resonancefm.com and you can listen to the show live, or you can follow us on Facebook, Shoot the Breeze at Resonance 104.4 FM, and watch the live stream. You can follow Winston. Winston, are you?
I was, but now I see you're doing. I think you guys are a bit better than me because my arm's getting tired.
Those guns, please.
Trust me, my arm's getting tired. This guy's been working me out in the gym and killing me. That's it. Follow these guys. Follow them.
Fair enough. Follow us. But if you want to follow if you want to follow us or them on Twitter, if you can follow us on Twitter, our Twitter handle is at @STB_ResonanceFM. Winston's is at Black Eagle 44. Shafina Patel is at Shafina Patel. Alex, I've been looking for your Facebook or Twitter. Do you have any?
I'm not on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
You're on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
At Alex C. Watts.
At Alex C. Watts.
That's the one.
Okay, because I was looking for you on Facebook to try and add to the links and post and everything else. And the Alex Watts I was saying was like a 14-year-old boy, and I don't think you're.
Baby pictures.
It's baby
I've grown a beard since then.
Yeah. Well, he kind of had a beard as well, but that was weird. So, but he didn't look like you. So good thing I didn't post that one because I'd be in trouble by now. So you guys have just come back from a successful tour in Cannes.
Yes.
Please tell us about it. I mean, Winston, you were talking about it. You were saying this is your first time to Cannes.
Yeah, this was my first time to Cannes, and I have to say it was an incredible experience. And the team that I brought out there, Alex and Shafina and Joe Sultana and Ernest Napoleon. Oh, listen, it was an absolutely incredible team. We landed in Cannes, and within 8 hours, we secured our first deal.
Really?
You know what I mean? And we're on our first big picture, and so we were like over the moon. And then literally, it just went from strength to strength to strength after that. You know what I mean? It was like I felt like I was in a fairyland. I thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
I can't talk too much about one of the projects that we got going, one of the things that's happening, but all I can say is when they told me what I'd be doing and what I'd be the gatekeeper of.
Can you tell us about the actual deal that you signed 8 hours going in?
It's a very, 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 very large deal. That's all I can say. And at the moment we're going through this, a lot of legals being done at the moment. Sure. So until that's finished, I don't want to say because I don't want to jinx it and say something wrong. But
absolutely.
I spent about 45 minutes in the Carlton toilet once they told me. I was just like so nervous. And
we won't dig into that. It's okay. We won't ask that. Shafina, was this your first time in Cannes?
It was my first time in Cannes.
How'd you find it?
you know what? It was the most magical experience I could have ever had. I mean, I cannot explain, especially being with these guys. Honestly, with the team, I don't know. There was something in the air. Something was different.
Magic. It was magic.
It was magic.
We're family.
We're family.
And it was a real diversity. See, the thing is, we went out there and it was like, we were walking through Cannes and a lot of people were saying, you guys got such a diverse team, because it was like black, Asian, mixed. And it was like right away across the
United Colours of Benetton.
Exactly. That's it. We were the United Colours. And the thing is, I felt like daddy, because like I'm like 30 years older than all these guys. You know what I mean? So I was like,
you look no more than 29. It's fine. Okay, so Shafina, did you get to see any films while you were there?
We were in quite a few meetings, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't get to catch this. There were some films I wanted to see. It was honestly like last minute, and the one I wanted was kind of like sold out, or not sold out, but booked up and stuff. But it was fine. It was a really good first experience, so I know what to expect for the next time.
There's a lot to do while you're there, because you got the entire walkway. That's basically, you've got films in different places. You've got the marketplace where you can just go in and look at different stores for different films, and then you've got the workshops that are there as well. So it's like, what do you get to do first? So
I need to go back again. There was so much. We wanted to go back, right?
Sure, Alex, this is your first time?
Yeah, it was, I mean, as the guys have said, Winston mentioned, we went out there and within the first 8 hours, there was a huge deal that took place. And we're still sorting out all the,
legal ramifications.
All the legal bits.
Everyone's just listening in. It's like, what? Just go on. Just tell us.
We can't. Not yet.
Listen, at the end of the day, we went out there with 3 pictures. Okay, 3 films. One of them was which we spoke about beforehand, which was Let No Man Know, which is our big picture. We got secured funding for that.
Perfect. Okay.
We also
that's the one with Shafina, right?
No.
Okay, no.
Shafina is called Honor Kin.
Yes.
And that film, we secured funding for that. And one with my young man here is going to be starring, and it's called The Brothers, and we secured funding for that. So we were very happy with that. But that wasn't the end of the big news was not about securing funding on that.
Not at all.
About other things that's going to be taking place.
Like I said, this entire episode is going to be just about you guys telling us what happened at Cannes. So don't worry, we've got tons of time. You're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus E. Acko.
And I'm David Campbell.
Filling in for Laura Sampson. With us in the studio, we have actor Alex Watts, we have actress Shafina Patel, and we have actor, martial artist, producer, director Winston Ellis, they're telling us about how they went and conquered Cannes this year. Now, one of the things you mentioned was about diversity in Cannes, and I saw an article that you were involved in. I believe was it South African magazine did an interview with you, and they were talking about various African movies actually having quite an impact at Cannes this year. There was one movie in particular that I misremember what qualification it got to, but I think it got second in one of the prizes. I think it's from Kenya.
That's right, one of the Kenyan movies. They've done, I say the South African films, and a movie from that area has done so well this year. Asian movies, I really saw a massive difference. And that wasn't what I expected, because with the stories I've heard about Cannes is very much the case of that. It's very, very... What's the PC word for it? It's very, very, very clear there, usually. Very white.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Very establishment.
Very establishment. Yeah. That's a PC word. And the thing is, it was a fantastic experience for me. And now we're doing a lot of projects on our film slate. We have quite a few projects now coming in from South Africa. They've got some amazing writers and producers and actors coming from that area.
So you're working with South Africans?
We are working very close with South Africa. That's part of the news that I wanted to talk about that I can't talk about right now.
Okay. How about this? How about we structure it in a way where, because those of you who've listened to this show know there's very little structure. We tend to improvise everything that we do on this show.
Okay.
I've got a book here that says Shoot the Breeze episodes, season 2, episode 19. Alex, tell me what else you see on that page.
It's completely blank.
It's completely blank. We basically freestyle this show. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go around the room and just I know we have that segment at the end where we'll talk about your top 5 favorite things from Cannes. But let's talk about some of the news stories that you do want to share with us, because you've mentioned a number of times now that you signed a deal 8 hours in. We don't want to talk about that. That's fine.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what
we
can talk about. I'm going to say basically what it is. It's a film fund.
Okay,
and we have been given the unique opportunity to be able to be standing at the gate of this film fund. And so, without saying too much more than that, it means that let's say we want to help more independents get off the ground. We want to help more first timers, people that have got some really good projects out there that we want to get them off the mark. We're going to make it a little bit easier for them, because one of my ethoses in life and the company ethos is about creating a conduit or a platform for new talent, both in front and behind the camera.
Okay.
That's always been what my major thing is, and it's just so. I feel so blessed that I've come across these particular group of investors that have the same ethos.
And what's the name of the company?
That's the part I can't mention right now.
Okay, everyone's like, what can you mention?
That's the part I cannot mention right now.
Okay.
But right now we're just going through there's a lot of legals going on at the moment between a lot. You can imagine it's quite a big thing, and there's a lot of legals going on. It's going to take another week or so before we can actually turn around and make a public announcement. But it will be announced, and I promise you, I will come on your show, I will sit right here, and I'll say the name of the company is...
You better. And then there'll be a power cut, and we won't be able to say anything. They're like, well, that's typical. Alex, when this is something I'm hoping we didn't get to prep before you came on the show. This is something that you've already kind of mentioned on social media already.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say it rhymes with Iger, and it starts with a
What's
W.
that?
Is
White.
it something?
No, we can talk about
We can talk about that.
We can talk about that.
I have to ask.
We can
because we didn't
talk
get the chance
about
to
that.
prep.
We can talk about that.
So, Alex, tell us, what is White Tiger, and what is your connection to it?
Well, The White Tiger was a documentary that's recently been released, and it's just got
It's won about 23 awards all around the world in all different festivals. It's about a guy called Mark Houghton, and Mark Houghton is a very good friend of mine. I've known him now for about 30 years. He left Coventry at the age of 19, moved to Hong Kong to study martial arts from one of the top martial arts masters in the world, and he is now one of the highest ranking triad members.
Okay.
And the story
I'm sorry, you said
is
triad members.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and basically, the story is about his life and some of the things that he's gone through in his life. And basically, HBO, they've done a documentary on him, and it's called White Tiger. I Am White Tiger. And it's out, and it's won about 23, 24 awards. From Cannes to the Nice Festival, all over the world. He's been winning awards left, right, and centre. And it was really fantastic because we met him in Cannes, and he took one look at Alex and said, "I want you to play me in my movie."
Really?
So that was it. So we done a deal straight away.
I don't know, those of you on Facebook Live, you might not be able to see it because we've got microphones all over the place. This guy is a handsome guy.
He's a cutie.
Handsome looking guy.
Stand up so they can see
It's got the pecs to
Do a
prove it.
twirl. There you go. Thank you. Do a twirl. He's got muscles. He hit me in the face.
There's only one thing though. You see, the thing is, why they call it White Tiger?
Yeah.
It's because Mark has completely white hair.
Yes.
Blonde, really bright blonde hair. So
you
As
don't
you
man
can see,
hair.
I'm not quite blonde.
He's gone quite red right now. Like, look at his face.
Yeah, it's something we're going to have to change quite a bit. But,
So we've been training in the gymnasiums. We've been doing a lot of training with Mark, with Alex so far over the last few weeks. We've been training together. We brought a guy from he's one of the top stunt coordinators, fight coordinators in the world. His name is Ray Nicholas. We brought him on board, and he's been working with Alex on his fight routines and so on and so on. We're planning to take a trip out to Asia.
Yeah.
To go and spend some time with Mark, so he can turn around and get used to the character, understand who he's all about. But this is something that's definitely going to happen now.
All right, Alex, had you heard of him before meeting him and him telling you, "Are you going to play me in the movie?"
Let me tell that story.
I'm just wondering, because if a guy just walked up to me in the middle of the street and said, "You're playing me in my movie," I'd be like, "Thanks. Who are you?"
Yeah, but the thing is, if Mark, trust me, if you met Mark and he went up to you, say yes.
yeah.
You just say yes.
As you can probably tell, he's quite an influential character.
Yeah.
But no, I've briefly heard of Mark through Winston and the stories he's told me.
Okay.
And you can imagine quite a few of them.
So Alex nodded and was like, "Yes, I know who you are."
So
Okay.
I had a vague idea, but when you watch the documentary, you really get to understand.
This is a guy that's been through it. Believe
me. Yeah.
He was
A bit,
attacked. There's one of the scenes in the documentary. This is where he went into a nightclub in Malaysia, and they knew who he was, and they basically set him up. They got him drunk, and then they attacked him with machetes.
Okay.
He had 400 stitches, and he survived. And he went back there about a week later just to prove to them that he wasn't afraid.
Take that, 50 Cent.
That's the kind of mentality this guy is. You know what I mean?
Okay. And you're going to be playing him in the movie.
That's right.
I am, and funny enough, that happened to him twice.
This happened to him twice in his life. Yeah.
So, are you looking forward to that part of the movie? Where you
it's going to be an interesting experience going through some of the things he's been through.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Are you gonna dye your hair for the
I'm
part?
gonna have to.
Okay. Well, you say gonna have to. Is that because I mean, how do you feel about that?
But you can't play the white tiger with black hair.
I'm just a lot of people are very sensitive about their hair, right? So
It's got to happen, isn't it?
It's part of the job.
It is.
And the thing is, with what I have to say, and not just saying it because they're both here, but believe me, I'm so proud of both of them. They went out there and they represented big time.
And both of them being Alex Watts and Shafina Patel, who's on the show with us. You're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus Iacco.
And I'm David Campbell.
So, and the person you've been hearing telling us stories about Cannes so far is Winston Ellis, who we've been looking forward to you coming back, both you and Shafina coming back. When you mentioned that Alex was coming in, it was great because we know that, yes, we can come in and we're going to clear the deck, because the last time you guys were here, we did not have enough time to do the news that we were doing, your spotlight segment, and the favorite film stuff that we're talking about and whatnot. We did not have enough time to do that. That's why this entire episode is just going to be about you guys.
Wow.
Shafina, I'm throwing this one to you. So, Cannes was great. We've already heard White Tiger. We've already heard the Film Fund. What about yourself? Big news from Cannes for you.
We got the green light for the project.
Yeah.
For the film that we spoke about before when I was here.
Yes.
So we have the green light for that one.
Right.
Can you remind us and the audience about the film, what the film is about, and who you play in the film?
Okay, so the film is about it's a mixed affair of myself playing the lead actress with opposite.
Samuel
Yeah, I can say the name, right? We didn't tell you last time,
we
right?
have to keep checking.
Yeah.
So we did not clear what we could and could not talk about, so we're just going to say whatever we
looking
can.
at Samuel Anderson to play the opposite her, but all the other characters now we're still in discussions with, because right now we have the money, we can choose who we want.
What's the because have you got a fixed name for the movie yet?
Yeah, well, at the moment it's called Honor Killing. That's the working title, but it probably will definitely change.
Sure, okay.
Yeah,
but for now, we'll just call it Honor Killing. Okay,
Honor Killing.
Okay, can you tell us Shafina, tell us just give us a quick synopsis of the movie.
That's it. Go ahead. I'm glad you did this, because she had to do this in Kansas. She did it so well.
Okay.
She did this so well. She pitched the investors. That's why we got the investors. She pitched it to the investors.
Go for it. Don't start
pitch,
blushing right now. This is your chance. You're safe. You're in a room just with 4 friends and however millions of people are outside.
Millions of
I don't know why I put this on my social media just now.
And on your social media,
It's boiling
exactly.
hot, so yeah. No pressure.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is about mixed cultural relationships. Okay. There's a guy and a girl. There's me, right? Myself, my character with another guy. Long story short, family find out, but they're not happy with it.
Okay.
Samuel Anderson, the character being a black guy basically with an Asian girl, an Asian Muslim girl, is not the way forward. We even had this conversation with one of my brothers, just hypothetically speaking, and his reaction straight away when he thought I was being for real was he was about to kill me over the phone, kind of thing. Yeah. So my thing is that I don't understand why there's such a sort of racial issue with this. And I'm against the whole thing about not having these people go together.
Sure.
For me, that's probably a bold statement saying that right now, especially on my lives too, if people are actually listening to it. So for me, I'm about pushing those boundaries and accepting everyone for who they are and allowing sort of mixed relationships. And it's something also that I'm passionate about. Yeah. And it's briefly about hopefully trying to break stereotypes, because I know there's plenty of other girls that are in these kind of situations and they're afraid to speak up.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and I guess it's not just women. Although women experience the negative impact of that situation, because they're the ones who tend to get. And you hear the stories when these happen. The attacks tend to happen more to the women than to the men. I don't know why there's that double standard that's there, but there's always the double standard of the fact that you hear about mixed relationships, and it's often the woman that will get attacked as opposed to the man. When a man gets attacked, it's horrific, obviously, but it's. I guess they're cowards. I'm just going to say this. It's cowards that do it and tend to attack the women instead.
Not to interrupt you, Simon.
No,
what I love about this story, what I really loved about this story is because of the relationship between Shafina's character and her younger brother. She was always the mother.
Okay.
And it turns out that it's actually him that actually does the honor killing.
Really?
You know,
okay.
Because
No spoilers, but okay.
I know, but the thing is, still follow the story. It's a fantastic story, and the way in which it's written, the way in which we're putting it together, it's just absolutely. I sit there and I'm like, I can feel it on the hairs on the back of my neck standing up, you know what I mean? Because the whole sequence of events and how it materializes, the guy that she ends up marrying, which is within the religion, and it's accepted, and the way he treats her, and the way she is as a person, and he brings her down. But then the person that she really is in love with, that she meets again 10 years down the line, and that whole process starts. But one of the relationships that I really enjoy is the relationship between Shafina's character and her brother.
Yeah.
Because she's the older sister, and she basically raised him. So he looks on her as a mother figure. But when her father passes away in the film, he automatically becomes the matriarch of the family, the man of the family, and now he dictates what goes on.
Sure, it's a great twist. I'd say you shouldn't have spoiled it, but don't worry. By the time we get to the movie,
we got loads more in there.
There'll be loads more going on.
Loads more in there.
Yeah, there's loads more in there.
I'm extremely happy to hear that you guys got funding for that, because the last time you were on the project, you on the show, we talked about that project, and it sounds like it's set in London, correct?
Yes, we're going to set it in London. Yes.
Yeah, it sounded like a great idea. We're backing you 100%, and we want to make sure that when you have any news about it, come back on the show. We'll talk more about it and get more of our listeners following you, and obviously they'll go and watch the movie when it comes out. So
of course,
cool. You listen to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus E. Acko,
and I am David Campbell.
You haven't said much today.
No, I haven't. I've been listening.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to speak, man.
Well, no, it's just that what you're turning around and saying is basically stuff that I've not heard. So I'm listening, and before I even get a chance to say something, Marcus is in there. So
he's stealing it.
So what you're trying to say is Marcus is stealing the show?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's beating me to it. So
okay.
I'm fine with it.
We'll wait for you now.
I step in and step up.
Every time I have a question, I'll stop and like, David, did you have a question?
No. That's not.
Sure? You just look at David.
No.
You got to put your hand up.
Oh, yes.
Trust me, if I start putting up my hand, it's for another reason. So yes.
No, that's true. If he starts putting his hand up, it's just basically to tell me to wrap it up. So in the studio, we have with us Alex Watts, we have Shafina Patel, and we have Winston Ellis, who have come back from an amazing Cannes experience. They've just been going through the list of things and telling us what they can tell us about their experience in Cannes. So far, we've been making notes. They've got a new film fund that'll be telling us more about it when they can. Alex has been signed up to do White Tiger, which he will tell us more details about that. Apart from the fact that he's been buffing up, and he is a man. You are a hench. I'm just going to say.
We'll have to show him some of the videos. We'll have to show you some of the videos of some of the stuff that he's been doing over there. You guys show him on your phone some of the videos, some of the stuff that he's been doing over the last few weeks.
Well, I must admit,
with Ray Nicholas.
I did find your Instagram account, so I did see some of the weights you were pushing. Oh my gosh, I was looking at that and thinking to myself,
you got to see some. I got to show you one of these, because like while you keep talking, I'm going to find one of the videos just to show you, some of the stuff.
No, it's okay. We'll take when you get a chance. We'll link it to our. Okay. So okay. So basically, here's what because this is radio. We're watching a video of Alex training. Was that Ray Nicholas?
Ray Nicholas.
Ray Nicholas, and he's trying to cut my head off with an axe.
That's what I thought he was swinging.
It looks like a tomahawk.
It's a tomahawk. Yeah, he's basically swinging a tomahawk at Alex, and
so that just gives you an idea. And then we do fight training, hand-to-hand combat training, all different styles, just to get him moving and flexible and get him moving. Ray is one of the guys that he's actually worked on some of the best stuff, in Braveheart, Thor, Bourne Ultimatum. He's worked on some of the amazing movies, and he's one of the top fight coordinators in the world.
Excellent.
And also the writer of Let No Man Know, a major film.
Let No Man Know. That's the one that you've got fun. You mentioned you got funding for that one as well.
That's our big project.
Yeah, there's a big project, and then you've got Honor Killing as well, which you've also got. Yeah. But we'll talk about Let No Man Know in a second. Alex, I'm going to turn back to you for a second. Some of your previous projects. You worked on Rise of the Foot Soldier 3.
I did.
And there's a new movie that you've got that's coming out this year. I think it's just completed, called Once Upon a Time in London.
Yeah. I've recently seen the private showing for that, actually.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically what it is before the craze, you had, obviously previous.
Sure, other gangsters before. Those of you who don't know the Cray brothers were pretty much the hottest gangsters in London. They're sort of the Al Capone of the London crime scene.
Exactly. And what this film is about, it's about the gangsters who paved the way for the Craze and took over the West End, and developed the club type gangsters and all that kind of stuff. It's Peaky Blinders and Legend put together.
Excellent. Oh, nice combination.
Nice combination.
Yeah. We were looking that up. It's completed. You finished shooting on that one. Is that the case?
Yep.
And it's looking to come out probably end of this year, maybe next year.
I don't think they've got a release date for it just yet.
Okay.
It was hinted towards the end of this year.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So we'll look out for it, and we'll cheer you on as well, because that's Once Upon a Time in London. But we're really excited to hear about the White Tiger, which that definitely look out. We'll look out for Machete to come. Winston's putting his hand up.
I'll put my hand up.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, so
I want to plug a film as well, actually, because there's a movie that I'm looking for to come out later on this year, and it's directed and produced and written by a really good friend of mine, and that's Freddie Nwaka. And I am one of the lead actors in that movie, and it's called Are We Dead Yet? So please, people, look out for it. It's coming out in November. It's going to be a massive. I think. You know what?
I was. The last time you were here, we were going to talk about that, but again, because someone in this room kept talking too much. I don't know. I'm not going to say who that person was.
Wait.
I'm certain I've been hearing about that.
Yes.
So it's getting a lot of publicity at the moment. We're getting a lot of publicity and a lot of airtime. So I just want to plug it a bit more, because the thing is, it's a magnificent film. It's a great project to work on. Freddie's done an incredible job. He wrote it, he produced it, and he's directed it. And I think it's a real step up for independent filmmakers.
Give us a picture of the movie. What is Are We Dead Yet?
Well, basically what it is I play a father who owns this house. And I bought this house back in the 18th century or whatever. And I have 5 daughters. And I'm married with 5 daughters, but I have this wandering eye. And I end up having this. I'm not going to give away the whole story.
Just pops out and just wanders all over the place.
It's like Thing from Adam's Family, except it's an eye.
The long and short of it is that I end up, the family, I end up creating a curse because of something I've done. I end up creating a curse on the family, and we can't leave the house.
Oh, okay.
And anybody that turns up to the house, they also can't leave the house.
Oh, fair enough.
And this goes on through generations up to present day. So it starts back in the 18th century. It brings up to present day.
Yeah.
And the whole story is it's a comedy, and it's all about trying to break this curse. And the only way you can break the curse is by selling the house.
Okay.
Everybody that goes to try and buy the house ends up being captured.
You're stuck. They can't leave.
They can't leave.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a funny story. Freddie's done an incredible job to the way he's written this, and we've got some amazing actors involved, some amazing comedians. And for me, what makes it so unique is that it's the first ever this movie's been driven by social media. It's a very low budget, but he's got big comedians who've got massive followings.
Yeah.
He's got big actors, he's got actors who's got big followings, and he's just driving the whole thing. And so basically he's making the big boys stand up and say, listen, we got to pay attention to this movie. Right?
And there's a Dark Knight reunion in that movie, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Myself and Chucky Ben. Myself and Charles Ben.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you've seen The Dark Knight, it's the Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. It's the second in the Batman trilogy. Winston Ellis and
Charles Ben.
Charles Ben.
Chucky.
Yeah, and Charles Ben. They play henchmen for Michael J. White's character.
That's right.
And there's that scene where the Joker comes in, and this is not a spoiler. You go watch the movie. It happens. It happens early in the movie.
The film came out many years ago.
Exactly.
Serves you right if you haven't seen it already.
Exactly. So the Joker comes in and he kills Michael J. White's character, and he basically breaks a pool cue and throws it in between the two of them, and says Winston and Charles can fight each other because he encourages he encourages aggressive expansion, and then they fight, and then that one of them gets killed. Who gets killed in that? Fair enough. So that's the reunion that I'm talking about. So Charles Venn and Winston Ellis are in Are We Dead Yet? And that we don't know when that's coming out yet.
It's coming out in November. It's going to be planning for a Halloween release. That's from what the last I heard.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big premiere here in London. And there's a lot of people who are really looking forward to seeing this movie in the industry.
You can just go on Google "Are We Dead Yet?" and you'll see. Once you see Winston's face there, you know you've hit the right page.
I'm dressed in a beautiful costume, by the way. I really loved it. I love dressing
great.
up. I love that costume.
I saw some of the pictures, the sets, the costume design, and everything. They
were incredible. The thing is, Geraldine, I have to big shout out to Geraldine. She made all the costumes and she did all that. Wonderful, wonderful lady. And I tell you something, believe me, when we're going to do our movie, I told you, Geraldine, I'm bringing you back, girl. You can work for me.
Yeah, well, there you go. Okay. You're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus Iacco.
And I'm David Campbell.
And with us in the studio are actor Alex Watts, actress Shafina Patel, and actor, producer, and the list carries on, Winston Ellis. So we're rapidly approaching the end of the show. And it feels weird, because it fires right by, and I want to make sure that we get this done. So David, I'm going to give you time to set this up. You hit the right cue, the
Which one
the
is
right
that?
sound cue. This is for top five favorites.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're about to look at the confidence on this guy. Let's see if he gets it right. He messed it up this morning. So I'm just saying. I'm setting you up to fail, and then when you don't fail, it's a success.
No. I'm looking good.
I look like a jackass. Anyway, so that's the segment we're about to go into. We're going to go into top 5. So the segment is top 5 favorite, and we've cleared the board. It's basically just about you guys. You're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus Iacco.
And I'm David Campbell.
And the guys I'm talking about are our guests, Alex Watts, Shafina Patel, and Winston Ellis. And they're going to tell us their top 5 favorite things or favorite pieces of information that they have brought back from Cannes. So we're going to work our way from my left all the way to the end. So we'll start with Alex. Think about what you would categorize as your number 5 favorite piece of information that you've brought back from Cannes.
Number 5.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we went over to Cannes to achieve certain things, as Winston stated, and we'll come back with a lot, clearly.
What's the 5th in hierarchy? What's the 5th thing that you feel was your 5th favorite piece of information that you came back from Cannes with?
5th.
Yeah, come on. This one,
How can you position it?
Hey, it's your choice how you choose to position it. Just know that if you offend anyone else in the room, you could potentially do that. It was like, that's number 5. Winston would be like, what? No, that should be number 1. What are you talking about?
No, number 5 would probably be...
I keep looking at me, man. Tell him.
I don't know, you know... We went over to Cannes and we'll come back a lot closer for one.
Okay.
You know, we went over...
So the bonding is what you say is number 5. The bond, family bond.
That was number 5.
For those of you watching on Facebook, you can see Winston just clocking him, just like gone. Say something. Say something. So it seems your number 5 was bonding.
No, that was
number 1. I would say number 1.
I would say
number 1
Alex,
was the
come
bonding,
on.
but still.
Okay,
hey,
yeah, no. Obviously, you know, the White Tiger Project.
Sure.
We had a lot of news that week, but the White Tiger Project for me would probably be around number 5 because of, you know, the amount we achieved that week.
Yeah.
It's still a huge opportunity, obviously, and it's going to be a great story, really one to look out for.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to hearing more about White Tiger as well. Those of you who've listened to the show, if you've missed this episode so far, you can catch the Facebook Live video. It's going to be on our Facebook page at Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. The podcast is going to come out on Monday anyway, so you can just listen to all of this again and hear what we're talking about when we say White Tiger. Shafina, what's your number 5?
My number 5, this might be a little bit petty. Okay, it's just nothing, but like my actual cousin, my mom's cousin actually told me this before I jumped on the plane to Cannes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to Cannes. And she goes, it's Cannes. It's Cannes, darling.
So that was your favorite thing, the fact that you were corrected on the pronunciation of the place?
Well, no, it's just like, I just thought I'd put it out there because like my cousin made me feel, well, my mom's cousin was just like, you know, like, what are you saying? That's not correct. So
sure.
I was like telling people it's Cannes, and they're like, yeah, okay, be quiet. But I thought it was really important because obviously when you're there, you just want to make a good impression, right? To know what you're talking about.
So you're lucky that you actually got that correction before you got there, rather than going around saying Cannes, and then people are like,
I wanted them to like me, you know, and for me to fit in. And then we had to say bonjour. We got a few tips actually. There was a group.
Yeah, we had a WhatsApp group.
We
the
had a
teachers had
WhatsApp
to
group.
say certain things.
Okay.
We had Ernest that actually set the group, and he goes, now one of the things you have to do is before you speak anything, say bonjour. Before you ask anybody any questions, bonjour.
But the only problem with that was they thought you spoke French.
Sure.
And so then they started speaking. You're like,
I said,
no, I was just kidding. I was just saying hi.
So there's this one of my favorite gags from Family Guy is this bit where there's a character who those of you laughing know what I'm talking about. Stewie and Brian they're trying to get across the border from Mexico, and they get in the back of this van and they're talking to this Mexican, and they said they're not going to understand us. us they don't speak English. And this guy starts speaking English to them. And he's like, oh, excellent, you can tell us where to go. And he says, no. That's the only bit of English I know, and explaining the fact that I know this. And they're like, what do you mean? And he goes, okay. I love that sketch. And that's basically what you'd have.
Basically, it's
I said
true
bonjour,
story.
and when they said anything more to me, I was like, that's it.
That's what you need to do.
That's my cut-off
You
point
need to
right
learn
there.
in French to say bonjour, and in French you'll say, that's the only thing I know how to say in French. So the next time they say something, you just go,
Qu'est-ce que c'est? That's it.
Whatever, however you say what in French. But I think we actually just realized that this time we need to learn French for next year. Some French, a bit more than bonjour.
So you're looking forward to next year?
So next year you're going to learn to say merci as well. So
merci,
hello and thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
So that's all I know right now.
Thank you. Winston, what was your number 5?
Eating frogs' legs.
I saw that video.
Yeah, there you go.
my
There you go. That was me. I did it. I thought myself, you know what I mean? You're going all the way, because I've been all around the world. I've been in so many places, lived in Asia. And I've eaten some stuff in Asia that I don't even want to talk about. I'll say that right now.
Sounds weird, but okay.
But those frogs' legs,
Yeah.
that was a challenge. And I thought, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to try it out.
Describe the taste.
Oh, man, that tasted like somebody bought a bit of chicken and just left it without no seasoning, no nothing. It just had no flavor.
That's not so bad.
It was
wasn't so
nasty.
bad, but the fact is, it was just so. It was this big noise about nothing. It's this tiny little piece of meat, and he's like, I was like, oh, come on, man, seriously.
Shafina, did you try it?
It was a
He
challenge.
made me eat
We
it.
made her do
Okay.
He on a Facebook
Alex, you ate
Live.
it as
No,
well?
but that I was going to say that would have been my number 4, was seeing Shafina's face. when Winston said, you got to try it.
We're moving straight into number 4. So
I
that's
grabbed
number 4.
her camera, and, you know,
It was like,
that was one of the
and
hilarious
he's a
ones.
huge guy, and I didn't have my shoes on, and I'm not that tall, by the way. Don't
She
be
can't run that
disillusioned by
fast.
my heels on platforms. I'm not that tall. And he just like was like, "Come on, you have to," and I'm like this, and then he's just like, and I was like, "Oh God."
You
Okay.
didn't even get any salt on there?
Nothing. I had to eat it
Believe me, it was
bland.
bland. It was
And
bland.
then this guy was, or was it Ernest? They were like, "Oh my God, everyone's telling you to eat it," and I was like, "Really?" They're
yeah,
like,
no, that was me. I
Oh,
lied.
yeah. Alex lied to me. Like,
Because we had our
I was like,
Facebook
really?
Live doing it. So.
Yeah. What, he lied to you saying that he wasn't
She
so
said, what's everyone saying? I was saying, yeah, everyone's saying eating.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No one really.
No one said it.
No.
Who would say eat? Well, no, actually, to be honest, I would have. I would have been one of the people who's like,
But
"Yeah,
trust
go
me,
for it."
she made us pay, because our number 4 was following her around in shops all around looking for makeup and stuff.
Is
So,
that your number 4?
That's our
Alex,
number 4.
That's a long way
Alex, your
down,
number
isn't
4.
it?
Alex, your number 4. It was holding the camera while Shafina ate
No,
frog
just
legs,
seeing the
right?
look on her face.
Okay, Shafina, what about you? What was your number 4?
I suppose, okay, you know what? With regards to the frog leg thingy,
Yeah.
there's never in this whole entire world that I would ever have done that.
Okay.
But I'm a big thing about growing out of your comfort zone.
Sure.
So on that note, that's why I think I did it. I was like, okay, this is going to challenge me. Let's do this. And I'm
Yeah.
up for challenges because I know we have quite a few challenges with
Oh,
the
yeah.
projects that we have coming up. So in a way, that was a big moment for me to actually try that.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think I
good.
would do it again.
It's good to expand your taste palette. You never know.
No, not expand. It was just something that had to be done. I
So
don't-
next year, snails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going
God.
to do the snails next year.
Escargot.
Escargot.
Yeah.
Escargot, you gotta go.
Just put some chili on it. You'll be fine.
Some seasoning there, man.
Winston, what's your number 4?
I tell you, one of the things that happened to me is that we'd just gone past the red carpet and we were doing some pictures. We'd gone through, and I decided that I saw Benicio. I can never pronounce his name.
Benicio del Toro.
There you go. Cool. I saw him get out of the car and he came out and he walked over and I was like, "Hey!" And I was like, "Let's get a picture together." And I rushed over to him, got my camera out. And it froze. That was it. And there was no more memory on my phone. That was it. It was dead. And I'm like, no. And these guys were nowhere around to be seen. And I was like, the one moment I need my camera to work, and that was it. And that was my moment. He was like, "Next time," and he walked off.
Oh no!
So that was a moment.
That's
I
why
really
you're gonna have a
won't forget.
disposable camera in your pocket, just for
Always
moments
believe
like
me.
that.
Always believe me. It's like
Going back to basics.
Yeah, you're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus Iacco.
And I'm David Campbell, twiddling the knobs.
Don't say that.
Sorry, but I am.
turning the dials. Turning the dials.
Sorry.
It's not that kind of show, people.
Dude, you just make it weird.
No. That's your thoughts.
It's not my fault. Anyway, with us in the studio, we have Alex Watts, we have Shafina Patel, and Winston Ellis, and they're telling us, we're at the stage top 5 favorites, and they're telling us their top 5 favorite moments of Cannes 2018. We're down to number 3. So, Alex, what's your number 3?
Number 3.
So you should be thinking about these as we're going round.
I know. If I'm honest, I
Just
jump
keep
the gun
prepping.
as
It's
well,
like,
to be honest. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, ever since we
Yeah.
flew out, I've been trying to catch up with Shafina
Okay.
with a tan.
Okay.
And I think I vaguely tried to achieve that.
The fact that your
It was
blush,
getting there.
your blush is getting close to the thing.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just going to talk more about how handsome you look, and then that will be because
Yeah,
that's where it
there
kicked
he
off from.
is.
It was at
You're
that point he was like,
cutie.
well, poof, there it is. It's got to Yep, just a little shade closer to Shafina. Okay, so you enjoyed the weather while you were out
Yeah,
there.
no, it was beautiful.
Excellent. Shafina, what about you? What's your number 3?
Oh man, it's my turn already.
We're waiting for the shopping trip.
Man,
You
they
went
did a
on?
lot more talking out in Cairns than this, trust me.
Honestly,
Good thing they
okay,
did, right?
so
The
one
shopping
thing.
trips are number 1.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll wait for that one.
Well, we know what number 1 is. We know what number 2 is. So number 3 would be. I really enjoyed myself and got to eat, and these guys got to see that.
You got to eat frog's legs, right? So yeah.
Well, they were saying I shouldn't waste food, so that's what Winston's idea of like eating frog's legs was. Because apparently I was like, no, you don't waste food. And
Sure.
I guess it was fun. Yeah, with regards to food, just like we had some time where we got to do some shopping and cook dinner
Okay.
for these guys. So that was kind of sweet. It was like part of the bonding.
Did you have to cook dinner for them?
I did, but I did it
Listen,
voluntarily.
no, that was going to be my hold. That was going to be my number 3 right there because
No,
that was
Shafina
the
cooking
thing is,
dinner for you.
Shafina and Alex did all the cooking.
Oh, okay.
We
They
didn't
did
trust
all
Winston.
the cooking.
I don't know.
I have to give them credit. These guys did a great job. They did all the cooking, and I felt like, wow, this is kind of, when I got
I should
home, it
bring
all
you
went
out.
back to normal again. I kind of missed it. You know what I mean?
You're going to take them home with you. It's like,
I
yeah,
wanted
that's it.
to. I'm serious because they cook real good too. You know what I mean?
Alex, you're a good cook?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he made good breakfast. That
Oh,
was
okay.
good.
Is that your specialty?
What
You
about,
do
what about
breakfast?
lunch and dinner? You didn't mention that.
Oh, but I thought.
No, okay.
This is what it was like. This is really what it was like.
That's good. That's why the bonding's there. Right? Okay, cool. So, Alex, what do you cook for breakfast?
We went shopping over and over and over and over.
Okay.
I think the best thing though was definitely a fry up or something
we
along
had
those
a lot
lines.
of eggs and stuff like that. The food was absolutely, France for food. Hey, come on.
Yeah, of course.
These people know their food. They really do. And I'm not a big pizza fan, but. And this girl, I have never, ever, ever come across a human being that is so beautiful, so tiny, and can eat like this. She can eat more than all of these men sitting in this room right now. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating.
Is that right?
I'm not gonna lie, I can eat.
She
Okay,
can eat.
fair enough.
She can eat.
So
I kept on looking to see where's the hole. There's got to be some sort of hole here somewhere because it just goes in and it's just like. We had pasta. They cooked spaghetti bolognese one day.
Yeah.
And she ate hers, and I couldn't eat mine. And she took my plate, and my plate was bigger than hers. And before I'd even turn around and look back, it was gone.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, this is
Okay.
serious girl.
It's like my hidden talent.
I guess because okay, fair enough. It's just putting away all the food, just like non-stop. Just
not so hidden.
Nothing gets
now.
wasted around Shafina. Nothing gets wasted. Trust me.
I don't waste food.
All right, you're listening to Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Marcus E. Acko,
And I'm David Campbell.
and we have in the studio with us, regaling us with their top 5 favorite moments from Cannes 2018, Alex Watts, Shafina Patel, and Winston Ellis. You can follow Winston Ellis on Twitter at Black Eagle 44. Shafina Patel is on Twitter at Shafina Patel. Alex isn't on Twitter or Facebook, but you're on Instagram, and your Instagram is Alex C. Watts.
That's the one.
Good. If you go on Facebook and you look for Alex Watts and you see a 14-year-old boy, it's not Alex. It's someone completely different. So, and I apologize. I did not mean to message you. So that was
That court
But
case
was
is
it a
still in the
first?
pen, by the way.
moving on. So we're talking about the top 5 favorite moments from Cannes 2018, and we're up to number 2 and number 1. So let's do number 2 and number 1. Alex, what's your number 2 and what's your number 1?
No, I mean honestly, number two for me was not just about getting funding for my own project. I jumped the gun a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But getting funding for all of our projects collectively that we did, brilliant experience to go out to all go out there together as a team and achieve that, and to come back with that, I think it's all
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. And again, like I said earlier, we're very proud of you guys going out and doing that. We're looking forward to the projects. Make sure to get done, and you definitely need to come back on and tell us when you can tell us more stuff about the projects. That's great. So that was number 2 and number 1 combined together, or
number 2 leading on to number 1.
Go on, tell us what number 1 is.
No, number 1 is coming back how we have as a team.
Sure.
Definitely.
Okay. So bonding is number 5 and number 1.
No,
That's good.
you get the point.
Hey, don't pick on our Alex.
I've been picking on Dave.
You can see the bonding.
Protecting stuff coming out now.
It's all good. Okay. Shafina, what's your number 2 and number 1?
I think collectively, I think we can say all together, our 2 and 1 are probably pretty much the same with regards to the deal within the 8 hours of being there. Which
you still haven't told us about, and unless you want to tell us about that now.
The deal within the first 8 hours was actually securing funding for both these films.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Man know. What happened after that was
and then that will lead on to the other deal, which that's it. And that's all I can
that's
say.
All you can say. Yeah,
that's all I can say right now.
I'm anticipating like a group of lawyers just kicking the door.
That's right. Because listen, the reason why we were late is because we were actually with them.
They were in the meeting with them. So I was
that's
trying
why we rushed to come here, and I know what I can say, what I can't say until next week. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Next week's the week. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who have we got next week?
Hey.
No, we're not bumping him. It's okay.
And finally, definitely just the bonding the family we've made, because Winston was saying, like, in the industry that he's been in and the connections that we have, the bond that we've made and the family we've created, like, I've never spent that much time, because when we're staying in an apartment together, all of us, and when you spend day and night with someone, that's when you really get to know somebody. And when you travel with them, we took the flights together, everything together, and you can't fake who you are when you're doing that. When you wake up in the morning without my makeup, they saw me how I am.
Winston without his makeup even.
So literally, we went through a lot of things, a lot of different emotions, and I think that was just special, really special.
Excellent. Winston, what was your number 2 and number 1?
I think I'm going to echo the same thing that these guys have said. For me, it was an incredible experience because, to be in the presence of these 2 young people, and I've said this before, but I really am so proud of them. They really did handle themselves like real consummate professionals out there. They represented. I was so proud of them in so many different areas, because you're never really sure. Like Shafina said, you're never really sure about someone when you're traveling with somebody. And it was a big thing for me to be out in Cannes, and I had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of things that I wanted to achieve while I was out there, and I needed to be able to rely on the team that I had with me.
Okay.
And these guys went out there and they really did a really good job. I'm so proud of them. And we are like family now, and that's the reason why, for me, the future's with them, the journey's with them.
Excellent. It sounds really great. And happy you guys came back, and we were following you on Twitter and Facebook and seeing the success that you guys had. Great to share that success with you, and for you guys to come back in. Anytime you guys want to come back in, just let us know. You can come back and tell us all your stories, and we'll do the same thing, clear the entire schedule, and just talk about what you can talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about we partied with Paris Hilton and Akon. Is it Akon or Akon? Which one is it? Akon. I keep getting told off. All right, I said it now. Akon. You got it now.
So he's come back from Saving Africa, and he's now.
Oh yeah, he was out there partying, whatever. We were getting sent with the first night. We were sat there, and all of a sudden, this massive bottle of champagne came over.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's that for? And the guy says, it's for you. The gentleman at the bar bought it for you. And this guy sent over $1,600 bottle of champagne. And then the following, I think it was 2 nights later, we ended up going to his nightclub, and they sent 2 more over.
All right.
And that's from Akon?
No, that wasn't all from Akon, trust me. It was from another guy. I wasn't going to mention his name.
Okay.
But this
episode is just going to be subtitled, no, we can't mention that. we can't mention that.
One thing I wanted to know is, did you actually see any films while you were out in Cannes?
No, the thing about it is that, some people go to Cannes for, a lot of people get a misconception about Cannes. Not a lot of actors actually go to Cannes unless they're producing or directing stuff. That's the misconception about Cannes. And then a lot of people go to Cannes to see certain films. I went to Cannes on business.
Right.
So I went there to go and sit down and talk to, I had investor meetings, I had production meetings, I had distribution meetings, I had sales agent meetings. That was my Cannes as far as I was concerned. For me personally, I love watching certain projects, and I wanted to go and see the Klansman. But for me, I want to go back to Cannes when I got something at Cannes being shown. I'm going to go to the red carpet. That's my first experience.
No, that's true.
Red carpet for my film.
That's true. And that, just as you're saying, it's because there's so much to do. It's a lot of people tend to think that Cannes is basically a holiday. It's not a holiday. No. It's work. It's just work in a great location. Yeah,
that's right.
There's parties going on in the evenings, but even the parties are networking sessions.
Exactly.
So it's sort of that bottle of champagne is someone who wants to work with you.
That's right.
Or vice versa. You talked about the White Tiger project. That was informal interaction. Straight away, now you've got work that you need to do.
Exactly.
So yeah, but it's a fabulous experience to go there. It's anyway. So all right. So a great question, David. That kind of leads me into one last thing, just so we can use it to wrap up the show. Just checking. Do you have the Netflix thing lined up, or if you don't have it, that's fine. We don't have to do it.
Actually, I do.
Okay, go on. Shine, David. So this segment is introducing Netflix and Amazon Recommends. It's a segment where we all of us in the studio, if you have something that you want to recommend from either Netflix, Amazon, or any of the other TV channels, shows, streaming services, etc., that you want to recommend, this is the chance for you to do it. For me personally, two things I want to recommend on Netflix: Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. The 4th season has just come out. I binge watched that in one day. Watched the entire 6 episodes in one day. Boom, done. And then found out that Arrested Development season 5 is now on there. Wow. So those are the two that I would recommend: Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and Arrested Development. Alex, do you have anything on Netflix that you want to recommend? Or Netflix, Amazon, or even terrestrial TV?
For me, I think it's the series Vikings.
Oh yeah!
Once I started watching it, I couldn't leave it alone.
Was in there.
I love it.
And Winston was in it. I noticed your face.
Wait, which season are you in?
I think it's season 6 or 7. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Okay.
I did one of the episodes.
I'm season 4.
Right.
They've landed in Britain and they've
All right,
stopped, so I need to catch up.
You're gonna catch me soon.
Good.
See me soon.
It's on IMDb.
Okay,
it'll be on his profile.
I'll go and check it out. So, Shafina, what about you?
To be honest, since I've come back, I'll be honest, I've not watched any Netflix.
Okay.
I literally have been nonstop catching up with loads of other work that's been going on. So
You're a busy woman. You've been doing it.
I
Just
miss
going around,
missions.
yeah.
I'm on some missions, so I've not had a chance. And I'm the type of person, I'll be addicted.
Okay.
Like, I'll watch back to back 8 hours. I won't sleep. So
Sure.
I need to refrain myself from it sometimes.
Okay. Well, you go and watch either Vikings, or you watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, or you watch Arrested Development season 5.
I've noted it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Winston, what about yourself?
The Power.
Power. That's
Yeah,
on. Is that on Amazon or Netflix? Netflix. Okay.
That's on Netflix, and it's one of our 50 Cent's productions.
He
And they just
executive
bring that-
prison, and he's in it, right?
That's right, yeah, and he's in it. It's amazing. I watched the first 4 seasons; they were great.
Yeah.
And now season 5's coming out.
Okay.
It's coming out in June. Yeah, this month. I'm going home, gentlemen. Bye.
Fair enough. Dave, is there anything that you want to recommend that's on Netflix, Amazon, or terrestrial TV?
The only thing I'm actually doing on terrestrial TV is Atlanta, and
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just like so into it.
I'm waiting for season 2 to come out.
I'm so into it. It's just like, it's comforting yet uncomfortable to watch.
Yes.
It's just so good.
Donald
So
Glover. Season 1 is on box set on Fox. If you have Sky, you can get it. But it's also on BBC Two
It's on
as well.
BBC Two, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
go
what I'm
check
watching,
out Atlanta. This has been Shoot the Breeze on Resonance 104.4 FM. Just before we wrap up, I want to say thank you to Alex Watts, Shafina Patel, and Winston Ellis. Thank you very much for all of you for coming in and joining us. Those of you on Facebook, thank you very much for watching the show. Those of you
Thanks for
listening
having us
live, thank
again.
you for listening. I have been Marcus E. Acko.
And I'm David Campbell.
Thank you for listening. David, you're supposed to say the last line.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Hand me down the walking cane, hand me down my hat. Hurry now and don't be late, 'cause we ain't got time to chat. You and me, we're going out to catch the latest sounds. Guaranteed to blow your mind so high you won't come down. Hey y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Man, you've never heard a sound like the rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. Oh, this dude is out of sight. Everything he does seems to come out right. Once I went to hear them play at a club outside of town. I was so surprised, I was hypnotized by the sound this cat put down. When I saw this short fat guy stretch a band between his toes, hey, I laughed so hard 'cause the band got down when it finally reached his nose. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. You never heard a sound like the rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber So much rhythm, grace, and debonair from one man, y'all. And then he had the nerve to twinkle his left toe, but through his knee, got the feeling in his head, y'all. Oh, come on, baby.